Sophie, Skylar, and Chris were walking around Target. Skylar wouldn't let go of the pink Care Bear she found in the toy aisle.
Please, Sophie, I really want this bear.
No, Skylar, we're not buying that today.
Why not? It's the last one. I love it so much. It's so big, soft, and fluffy.
Skylar was sad that Sophie wouldn't let her get the bear.
That's okay, Skylar. I'll buy it for you.
No, Chris, don't.
It's okay, Sophie. It's my treat.
Thank you, Chris.
Sophie smiled, looking at Skylar hugging Chris. She could imagine the kind of dad he would be. He's the kind of dad that would spoil his kids rotten. It's probably because Chris grew up without a loving dad when he was little. Chris really has a kind heart and is not afraid of spoiling the people he loves. Let's go to the checkout, Skylar. It's time for us to go home.
Okay, Sophie.
Are you girls getting hungry?
I am.
How about you, Sophie?
I'm getting there. Sophie's phone rang. It was Mom.
Sophie, are you coming home soon? I'm making food for your dad, Sam, and Brayden. Do you want me to make you food or are you eating out?
That's okay, Mom. We'll buy lunch.
Okay, honey. When are you all coming home?
We're going to get some lunch now and come home, probably in 30 minutes.
Is Chris coming to the house with you?
Yes, he is. He's helping me decorate for Halloween.
Okay, Sophie. See you soon, sweetie.
Bye, Mom. See you in a bit. As they were approaching the checkout counter, a beautiful blonde girl approached Chris. Beside her was a stunning redhead. They both looked like they just walked off from a Vogue catwalk in Milan or Paris. When Chris spotted her, he looked like he'd seen a ghost. He seemed awkward and uncomfortable but did not know how to avoid them.
Chris,
Oh. Hi, Lisa.
fancy meeting you here. You never go to Target.
Oh, I'm here with family friends from Cali.
Lisa looked at Sophie up and down, checking her out.
Sophie, this is my friend Lisa and Rebecca.
What do you mean, friend? Ex-girlfriend, you mean?
She looked at Sophie to see her reaction. Sophie smiled at her nevertheless. Hi, I'm Sophie. Lisa and Rebecca smiled back. Somehow Sophie could tell that her smile wasn't genuine. They both looked like snarling cats ready to claw her and chase her away.
How are you, Chris? I haven't seen you in a while. I miss you.
Chris didn't respond back.
Maybe you and I can go out sometime, huh?
Yeah, let's get together, Chris. Don't be a stranger.
Chris smiled, then stepped back and walked past Lisa towards the checkout counter. The Target worker smiled at Chris.
Did you find everything okay, sir?
Yes, thank you.
He puts the decor on the counter.
I'll pay for these, Sophie.
No, I won't let you, Chris.
It's my treat, Sophie.
Sophie gave the lady her card. Too late, I got it.
Okay, but at least let me pay for Skylar's bear.
Okay, Chris, just Skylar's.
Thank you, Chris.
Sure, Skylar. Ready? Let's go.
I'll call you, Chris.
Chris just looked at Sophie, pretending he didn't hear Lisa.
We better get going. Come on, Sophie. Come on, Skylar. Bye, ladies.
Chris grabbed Sophie's hand and walked out of Target. In the car, Sophie noticed Chris was quiet. Are you okay, Chris? You seem to be in a hurry to leave. Are you trying to avoid Lisa?
Yeah. I thought it was awkward in there. They were eyeing you like sharks. I thought it was better to avoid them.
I love my bear, Chris. Thank you for buying it for me.
You're most welcome, Skylar. What are you going to be this Halloween, Skylar?
I wanted to be Ratatouille from the Disney movie at first, but then I thought about it more and decided not to. I don't want to be called a gray rat, so I'm just going to dress up as a witch instead.
That's cool. You're going to be the prettiest witch in the neighborhood.
Haha, are you sure, Chris?
For sure you are, Skylar.
Don't you want to be a princess this year, Skylar?
Nah, I've been dressing up as a princess on Halloween for so many years. I don't want to be a princess this year.
Are you taking her trick-or-treating this year, Sophie?
Yes, I will. Since she's going to dress up as a witch, I'll have to dress up as a witch, too.
Well, for sure I can't be a witch, haha. I'll have to be Johnny from the movie Grease.
Haha, you just need a leather jacket, Chris, because you already have his hair.
Haha, stop teasing me about my hair, Sophie. I put a lot of effort to make it look nice for you.
I love your hair, Chris.
Thanks, Skylar. Haha. Well, girls, what should we get for lunch?
What do you want to eat, Chris?
How about we stop by that sandwich place and grab a couple of sandwiches for us? You okay with that?
Sure, Chris.
What kind of sandwich would you like, Sophie?
Oh, just a ham and cheese for me and Skylar, Chris. Thank you.
Okay, so 3 ham and cheese sandwiches it is.
Chris, Sophie, and Skylar ate their lunches in Chris's car. Upon arrival, Skylar hopped out of Chris's car holding her pink teddy bear and ran into the house.
Where do you want me to put this box, Sophie?
Just leave it by the front door, Chris. I'll help you. Sophie and Chris carried the Halloween lights and decor and placed it next to the front door. Chris and Sophie started hanging the lights on the front door. Skylar came out with Sam and Braden to help with the fall decoration. They decided to make a small Halloween village on the front lawn.
What do you think, Skylar?
I love it! I'm sure we're going to get lots of trick-or-treaters this year. Don't you think, Chris?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Sophie, I'm going to head home now and take a shower. I'll call you later. Good night, Skylar.
Good night, Chris.
Thank you for helping me with the fall decor today, Chris.
Sure, Sophie, and thanks for spending the day with me today. I always have fun when I'm with you.
Me too, Chris. Okay, Chris, I'll wait for your call. Be safe. Chris gave Sophie a hug and kissed her on the cheek.
Good night, Sophie.
Sophie waved at Chris as he drove off. She went into her bedroom and sat on her bed, thinking about the beautiful blonde girl that approached Chris today. Deep down, she felt a little curious and wondered if Chris would ever tell her about Lisa. She also wondered how they met and how long they dated. Sophie pondered if Chris still had feelings for her, starting to feel a little disturbed that he has an ex. Why do you feel this way, Sophie? She's just an ex. It's not like he's going back to her. She took her phone, sat on her bed, and took a selfie. She looked at her picture and tried to compare herself with the beautiful blonde girl. Who's prettier? Why am I feeling a little insecure now? She texted Chris. Sophie texted Chris asking if he was almost home. Chris texted her back.
Just arrived home. Give me 10 minutes. I'll call you.
Sophie smiled and texted back. Okay, Chris. Sophie changed into her shorts and t-shirt. Sophie played some music while waiting for Chris to call her.
Remember when you started with just one wish, and how you dared to dream it could feel like this. Well, it feels like
After 10 minutes, Chris called back.
it's happening. It's
Chris,
Sophie, I'm sorry that you got to meet my ex Lisa at Target today. I hope that didn't make you feel awkward.
no, that's okay, Chris. It doesn't bother me. I don't think she likes me from the way she looked at me at Target. She was checking me out like I was her competition or something.
I'm sorry if you gained an enemy because of me. I didn't want to talk about it in the car because Skylar was there.
Yeah, I could sense that you were uncomfortable.
Yeah,
leave it till you saw
Lisa and I broke up about 6 months ago. We dated for maybe 6 months. I got to know her from another friend who introduced us. At that time, she was seeing another guy, and I didn't know about it at first. When they broke up, she was very sad and needed someone to talk to, and we became close. Things happen, you know. I guess I was just a rebound. They went back together again, and she told me she wanted to get back with her ex, so I stopped seeing her after that.
So she broke up with you?
Yeah, but I wasn't that sad when we broke up because we were just getting to know each other at that time.
Do you still have feelings for her, Chris?
No, I've moved on. Besides, there are things I learned about her that's concerning to me.
Like what?
Like she's got a bad temper and she's very manipulative.
Yeah, you learn about a person very quickly when you're with them every day.
I love being with you, Sophie. I'm so glad to have you in my life. You're special to me.
Aw, Chris, you're special to me too. For the next few weeks, Chris and Sophie were spending lots of time together. Chris is so smitten with her. They look so happy together.
I'm so excited. Chris, I can't believe tomorrow is Halloween.
You know, I was driving around this neighborhood, Skylar, and I found a perfect spot where you can go trick-or-treating. They have the most awesome Halloween lights and decorations. It will blow your mind.
Did you hear that, Sophie?
Yeah, I did. We can go trick-or-treating there with Chris if you want. I think Sam is going to a Halloween party at her friend's house, so I'm going to take you around the neighborhood.
Yay, I can't wait. Will you come with us, Chris?
As long as you don't mind me going as Johnny from Grease. Haha. Sure, Skylar.
I don't mind even if you decide to go as Superman with your red underwear. Ha ha!
Nah. My muscles are not big enough to look good in that kind of costume. Besides, I'm going to attract unwanted attention from the grannies. And Sophie will be too embarrassed to walk beside me. Nah, I don't look so good in tights.
I dare you too, Chris.
Let's go trick or treating when it starts to get dark.
As soon as the sun starts to set, Chris, Sophie, and Skylar head out of the door to go trick-or-treating. There were many kids going up and down the street, all dressed up in their Halloween costumes.
Look at that house, Sophie. How awesome is that? I bet they have good candy over there.
Go ahead, Skylar, we'll wait for you here. Wow, I didn't realize there were so many people living in our neighborhood. There are kids and parents everywhere on the street. They were all coming out of the woodwork. Folks in Texas really celebrate Halloween in a big way here. Holy moly, do you see that house? They must spend thousands of dollars on their Halloween decor.
Look at the house too, Chris. Over there.
Yeah, Texas folks really love Halloween. It's the best time of the year for the kids, you know. They get to dress up, spend time with their friends, and collect candies from strangers. It's a big deal for them.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I know a lot of adults still do that. That's why they have cosplay.
Yeah, that's true. You know, you are definitely the prettiest witch in this neighborhood.
Haha, and you're the only Johnny from Greece in this neighborhood. So handsome, and you're with me. I'm so lucky. Chris smiled. Chris, Sophie, and Skylar walked around the neighborhood and spoke to some kids along the way.
Wow, your costumes are awesome. Did you all plan to wear the same theme?
Skylar was so happy. She collected so much candy it was almost full. Are you done, Skylar? We gotta head home because I'm sure there are kids coming to trick or treat at our house too.
Yeah, can I stand outside to greet them, Sophie?
Sure you can. Chris and I will stand there with you to greet the trick or treaters, and you can show them our Halloween village.
I'm ready to go home, Sophie. My bag is heavy. I can barely lift it.
At home, Sophie, Chris, and Skylar wait for trick or treaters to come. Some of them are walking towards the house and checking out the Halloween village on the lawn. A group of kids dressed in Wizard of Oz approach Skylar.
I love your costume.
Thank you.
Trick or treat.
Do you want to check out our Halloween village? Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Skylar and the kids explored the Halloween village together. Sophie and Chris waited by the front door. Thanks for spending Halloween with us, Chris.
You're most welcome, Sophie. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did. I always have fun with you. Chris gave her a hug.
Me too, Sophie. It's such a beautiful night, isn't it? Look at the moon. It's full.
Sophie smiled as Chris put his arms around her.
Bells ring true when I'm with you. Falling in love underneath the tree.